Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Good morning. Gorgeous day today because we finally got a thunderstorm last night. And it was a significant one. Thunder, lightning, all night long, downpours, great for the lawns. So after 20 days, the rain gods came. Thanks for some of you guys for wishing rain upon New York. Our lawns appreciate it. As you guys know from yesterday's episode, we got that John Deere Scots. It's running, it's driving, and it's mowing, and the lights work with a light switch. So everything seems to be ready to go on that thing. I might be able to list that pretty soon, but I would like to power wash it. Instead of my grabbing my working power washer, I wanted to make it sort of a challenge today by, again, testing out these two things. Well, I can't test out that thing. But this thing, as you guys recall, it actually starts and runs. It doesn't seem like it has any water leaks or anything like that. I did hook up the hose to it once and a wand and a gun, right? But the thing is, I tested it with that little black nozzle. And according to some of my wonderful subscribers who have eagle eyes, that black nozzle is for the soap, so maybe that's why it had no pressure, you know? So I'm going to try another nozzle on another gun today to see if this thing works. If this thing works, I'm going to take my Scots by John Deere and drive it to the back and power wash it before I take pictures and list it. I wanted to tell you a little bit about that Honda Karcher one right there. This is a Karcher 2,400 PSI pressure washer that I got for free from my mailman Nick's cousin, the guy that I sold the John Deere JS63 to. Nice guy. He found it on the street, whatever. Anyway, so I had blown some carb cleaner into here, pull started it, and it runs. Runs well. Sounds great, you know? But how he got it was like this. So I don't know if the pump works or anything. I mean, I doubt it. Otherwise, why would people throw it away, right? But at the same time, I thought maybe it does work. And some guy had two of them, and he just needed the carburetor and assembly off of it. So I went and looked up the parts numbers and all that stuff, the diagram and the schematics. And I was thinking about just buying the $10 cheap Chinese carburetor that they have on eBay and just put it on, and you know, I could use the engine or something, right? But looking at the schematics, there's a lot more to this, okay? There's a air guide metal plate here, a plastic spacer gasket, like 3 or 4 other gasket. Then there's the fuel tank bracket over here that mounts to it. Then there's a air filter base on top that connects to this. It's missing the linkage, right, to the carburetor. So while the carburetor is only $9.99 or something, free shipping, right? Everything else that attaches to it, that makes it go, is probably going to cost $30 or $40, which I'm not going to spend for this. Hell, you guys know, I won't even spend $40 on a lawn tractor, you know what I mean? Although I always do because, you know, the battery itself is like $30, right? So it would take a lot of money to get this going, a lot of money given what it's worth, you know, so I'm probably not going to do that. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I actually listed both of these for $50 on Craigslist and eBay. Craigslist and the local stuff. And I've had some takers for 40, but if they were serious enough, they would come and get it, but they haven't. So I'm going to see if that thing works, and I don't know, looking at this pump, I think there's only like 2 or 3 different kind of water pumps out there for power washers, and I have 1, 2, 3, I have 4 power washers that don't really work, you know, there's something wrong with one of them, so maybe I can make one good one out of 4, you never know. So maybe I'll try to get one of those power washers run today and working. This is the John Deere by Scots that is ready to go. It just needs a power wash. And I might take off that little rotating knob there on the steering wheel because I like it. However, some of the subscribers told me that I can't really put it on my van because cop will pull you over and give you a ticket because you could actually get your sleeve caught on it while you're turning and then get out of control and crash into somebody. So I think those things are illegal to use in your car. So I probably won't. I don't really have another lawn tractor that steers so well that you can use that. You know what I mean? The steering has got to be so smooth and easy for you to use that thing. Some guy might want to come and take a look at this today. I have it listed for $425 and he offered $350. And then I says $400 and we might meet in the middle. He might come later. So maybe I'll sell my Toro. Mailbag. Look what came today. Yeah, that's right. The store is open. My 50 brand new limited edition holographic mowers and blowers sticker has arrived. 50 of them I ordered. And shout out to one of my subscribers, Wayne Walaka from Pottstown, Pennsylvania, who was one of the first of the 12 to buy these holographic stickers. The first 12 that I got to try, they were very popular amongst the subscribers, and they sold out in about a half an hour after I had them listed. So Wayne, you were very smart to check the description of all my videos where I have links to all my stickers, right? And he went and bought the first 2 out of this 50. I haven't even opened them yet, and he's got 2 going his way soon. Look at these stickers, fellas. Wow. Wild. They're very nice stickers. Anyway, I have these listed now. On the description of my video, I have 3 links. One of them is to my eBay store. The other one is to this, the holographic one. Make sure you read the title. Another one is the regular round one that isn't holographic. That's for $3.99. These holographic ones are $5. And the OG ones, I only have a few left of the OG ones if you guys still want to get them, because after they're gone, I'm not making them anymore. Because I think these holographic ones are the ones that I'm going to sell. In addition, I have bumper stickers coming. I'm going to sell those for also $5. I'll be breaking even on those things because they're long, 12-inch long bumper stickers, die cut. You know, the one that I have in my van when I'm driving. You can see them in the back. Anyway, these are badass. I appreciate the support because every time you guys buy a sticker, right, the money goes into the PayPal. I buy more stickers with it. I buy parts, and I use it only for the channel. You know what I mean? I'm not getting rich or anything selling stickers, but it's my subscribers who are supporting the channel for me to keep the videos coming every day. I appreciate it. And Wayne, thank you very much. These are going out to you today. Now, when you guys buy the stickers, right, some of you guys take the time to actually take pictures of where you stick the sticker, and you send it to my email. My email is also listed on the bottom of every description of the videos. And so Matthew Derrickson, who has bought lots of stickers for me, right, he sent me a picture of this. Some of you guys were asking about Boba, see if he was okay since he hasn't been on camera for a while. But as you can see, he's just fine. He hasn't been groomed in a while because of coronavirus, right? So I've been grooming him, but he's still really hot. You know what I mean? It's been really hot these days. He's wearing a mink coat all the time, you know what I mean? So he doesn't like to be outside when it's too hot. But anyway. Right, Boba? So I've touched another gun that I had. I haven't used this gun in a while. It's been in the same storage shed as my Toro 616Z. I'm going to touch the water hose now. Remember, if you guys get these snake hoses, which I recommend because They're easy to uncoil and, you know, just flop them there instead of the stiff green ones, you know. But don't buy the ones with the orange plastic fittings. Get the brass ones. They're a little more expensive. I think this was like a 50-foot was like $30 or something. You can get them anywhere, but these are great. The brass ones are better because the green ones, they strip. I'm sorry, the orange ones, they strip, you know. And then when they strip, they're useless. So spend the extra $10, get the ones with the brass fittings on them. They last a lot longer. And so let me go turn the water on and see if this power washer works with a new fitting. So I have the black one on that gun. I forget which one I should use to try to see if there's pressure. So I've got the water on now. Fast. Choke. Whoa! How about that? This power washer works. However, you noticed the RPMs are really high, huh? To all my Canadian friends who subscribe to the channel, Happy Canada Day, belated. I'm gonna take this top cover off so I can access the the linkages, where there's a spring and that you could adjust the RPMs. It looks like it was just too high, you know, and it didn't seem like I could adjust the throttle moving this handle over here, the lever. So it's just a couple of stripped Phillips screws. And now you can expose the linkages here. And I want to see why it didn't seem to move. Alright, I see it now. It's kind of caught on that thing here, so it's still kind of caught. Still kind of tight.
Hurry up, Henry.
All right. Didn't sound good. Sounded really loud, huh? It almost seems like it doesn't have enough Earl, you know? And I'm not too sure about the pump either. I don't know much about water pumps. So I was checking the oil, and this thing came out of the cylinder head. It was on the ground. A cylinder head bolt came out. It's stripped inside. So I just shoved a longer bolt in there. Just added some oil. I don't know. I don't think this will work. So I think there's something wrong with the pump. I don't know too much about power washers, and that one sounds like the engine runs just fine. It just needs an adjustment on the throttle linkage. It was always getting caught up, and therefore the RPMs were really high. It just needed some adjustment with bending of the throttle linkages, no big deal. But I think there's something else going on with the water pump, right? Is that when it's engaged, right, it runs fine for like a second, and then it goes to like this sound where it seems like it's metal grinding on metal. So maybe, is there oil in the pump, and how do you get the oil in there? Or maybe it leaked and there's not enough oil in there and you can't service it or something. But like I said, I don't know enough about it to take that piece of junk apart to find out, you know. On the other hand, I would like to see if I can get one working power washer out of these four, you know. This one is the most recent one, right? This is a 550E Briggs, right? Made by Craftsman. It's one of those newer engines, you know what I'm saying? Even though it does have a primer bulb, this engine just runs fine. When I hooked up the water to it last time, water just leaked out. So I'm thinking it might be like a gasket or an O-ring situation. That should be easy enough to take a look at least. So I'm gonna grab this, take it to the garage where it's warmer, because it's a scorcher today. I'm just sitting here and sweat is just dripping down, man. It's hot and humid. So I'm sorry, gentlemen. I'm not going to be sitting out in the sun, so it's going to be a little bit shady here. So like I said, the engine runs just fine. However, the pump over here, when you put on the water, leaks all around there. So it looks like we've got a couple of hex bolts over here, 4 of them, to release this area. And I'm going to take it apart and see if all the gaskets are in order. So I've got this I've got you on a mini tripod, and I'm gonna use this hex driver kit that I got from my friend Samuel Sandoval over at Red Oaks Mowers. He's in Texas, so I guess my accent is apropos. I don't know what this red rubber thing is that was around here, but Anyhow, this is a 5mm hex. And I've got these 4 bolts over here that fit just perfectly. They seem nice and tight, like nobody's tampered with it. Oh dear God. So, I guess there is oil in it. This was the last stud that was in there, and oil just started splurting out from the crack. Good thing I put this old rug out. I'm sure it leaked through it, but either way, better than none. So it's spring-loaded, okay? Because I feel pressure moving outwards, which is why it's so difficult for me to get this last bolt out. Holy cow. So I've got this plate here that's on these things. Then you got this ball bearing thing. Looks to be okay. Well, I mean, honestly, I what do I do with that? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it. And I don't understand what would be causing it to leak water coming out of it. Because the gasket looks good. This, I guess, goes in like that. That seems fine to me. Just looking at this, gasket over here looks good. See that? Oh, there's no gasket. Yeah, there is a gasket. And it looks good to me. So I guess this thing pushes down like that. Seems okay. Oh, there is another area here. Uh-huh. Okay. I think I could pry this thing off. So, my question is this. How do I fill it back up with oil if I ever get this thing back together again, you know? But it looks like this thing pries. Yeah, it's moving, see? Holy cow. Yeah, like I'm going to be able to get that back together again. Huh, fat chance. Honestly, the O-rings look good. I don't see any wear on the O-rings. I mean, it's a little dirty, but the O-rings seem to all be there. Like I said, I don't mess with these too often, but just given the way I've basically reverse engineered everything, you know, I'm thinking it's like that, you know. Doesn't make sense for that to be like this. Could it be? Actually, it could be. So I guess it's like that. Alright, looks good. And then this thing goes back in there like that. Now look at here. All the O-rings look good. Gaskets look good. But check this out. if I put it back, I'll have better leverage. Or we'll have better leverage by putting into the vise. Thanks to Nate Wagner, St. James, Minnesota. Holy cow. Stripped. And broken. Alright, this one moved. Maybe there's O-rings in here that are bad. This one seems good too. So look, you may think that, let's say I don't get this fixed, right? Which I doubt I will because I don't know what I'm doing, right? But the thing is, you guys could tell me what's wrong. Because out of my videos, there's got to be somebody who knows about these power washers. And since I don't know about them, you guys will tell me in the comments. And that will allow me to go and do what you tell me. And then I go and fix it. And then people who don't know like I do, or people who don't know like I don't know, will now know, thanks to you guys. So I will be your avenue of information dispersal. How's that? I disperse information through you. And I just took this O-ring out because I thought maybe this was busted. This is good too. So I'm at a loss, fellas.
Henry, there's that first one you didn't take.
Oh, I know, but it's stripped, so I can't get it out.
Well, try another wrench.
Man, you are so smart. So, it is impossible. Impossible. As you can see, it is completely stripped. There's no way you're going to be able to remove it. You can't even put vice grips there because we're talking about like a little more than a millimeter there. You can grip, you can't get it. So look, given that the other two O-rings look fine, I'm pretty sure this is fine too, since this was like the tightest one, you know? And I don't even recall water coming out of there, so this may have all been for naught. I'm gonna put everything back together again. Since I couldn't find anything wrong with this thing, I mean literally nothing, all gaskets and O-rings are as they should be, and I don't understand why it would leak. And I just don't know enough about this stuff for me to continue, so I'm not going to. I'm going to let you guys look at this video and tell me why water comes out. I don't recall where the water comes out of, but if you guys would want to go back to the old video that I had where I tried this thing, maybe we can figure it out. But like I said, there's some place that I haven't checked yet that I should check, because I don't recall the water coming out anywhere other than this area here. And everything was on super tight, as well as the rings are just fine, you know? So I don't get it. I don't, not at all. Now, how did this go? It's gotta be, well, look, you got that fitting here and that fitting there. It wouldn't make any, well, would it make sense for me to do that? I guess it's this way.
Henry, you're a nut.
You're a nut. And again, how do you get the Earl in there? You know what I mean? Oh, man. So it's spring-loaded. I'd almost have to get a clamp or something to put it on. Just curious. I want to know if that little plastic thing is the opening to put oil in.
No, Henry, don't take it out. You'll never get it back in again.
And we'll see about that. And it looks like if I pry it anymore, I might break it. So, well, I don't think there's anything wrong with this thing. I think you could get this off and put something in it. That's what I'm thinking. But all right, I won't mess with it in case I could actually fix this thing. And oh, look, I don't get it, guys. I took it apart. I didn't find anything wrong with it. You guys tell me why it leaks water coming out of there. Engine works just fine. But I'll let you guys tell me what's wrong with it. In the meantime, I've got one more to try. As you saw, the guy came at 1 o'clock just to come and look at my thing. He loved it so much that he didn't argue with me. He gave me $400 and loaded it onto his truck. It's a great mower. Really good mower. Do I have regret that I sold it? Yes and no. Yes, it's a great mower, but I can't keep everything I make, or fix, So I have so many already. I don't really need it. So anyway, got rid of it for $400. Guy was a nice guy. He's not gonna have any problems with it because it's a solid mower. So look, while my battery is charging, I took the gas tank off. The gas tank was filled with oil. Took some old gas, washed it around, cleaned the gas tank, put it back on. Still didn't start. I shot in there and it kind of turned over a little, right? And then still wouldn't start, so I took it off again, took the carburetor off, cleaned the carburetor, put it back on. Still wouldn't start. Took the top cover off, took the engine cover off, checked the keyway. It was fine, put it back on. Still didn't start. Then I messed with the magneto kill wire on this assembly, and it was kind of loose. I just pushed it a little bit, started right up. So it's a magneto kill that wasn't giving it spark. So prime's good. So it works. I'm going to bring it to the backyard and connect water to it and see if the pump works. Okay, got water hooked onto it, and let's see if this thing works. I am hoping that out of the 4 we looked at today, at least I can do is get 1 out of it, right? There's got to be an easier way, man. Water connections, these hoses and stuff. I hate it. I hate it. Got to be an easier way to power wash stuff. How about with air? Doesn't look like it works, fellas. I ain't getting no power out of here. So that's it. That's it for the day. Power washed my Scott's 1642. When I power washed it, around the footwell area, some paint chipped off, and also the hood is kind of faded, you know what I mean? So I tried some ATF in it. Didn't really help the fading. So I could use a can of orange spray paint to go over just the hood and maybe the footwells too. I'm going to list this for about $675, I think. Take as low as $550, maybe $500, I'm not sure. You saw I mowed the backyard with it, and it mows great. Nothing wrong with this tractor, man. Today we experimented with all 4 of these things. I told you about the Karcher. It would cost $40 to get it going, and not even knowing whether or not the pump works or not. The red one over here, the Troy built, I pretty much took the whole engine apart, you know, the outsides, and got it started. It was just the magneto kill apparatus that was hinky, you know, and messing around with it, whatever, works good now. Pump doesn't work though, but I think that you can take the check valve out, you know, the big bolt with the spring. You can take it out, clean it or something, put it back in, and maybe it'll work again. That's for another day. I really don't like messing with power washers. We took this pump apart. I didn't see anything wrong with it. The gaskets and O-rings all look pretty good, so it still leaks water. I don't understand. Maybe you guys do, somebody who knows exactly what I did and what was wrong with it. I didn't see any O-ring problems or gasket problems, which is usually the culprit of leaks. So let me know in the comments if you guys know what's wrong with that one. This engine runs great. This one seems to work, right? Engine runs and it has pressure in the water pump, but after the water pump is engaged, it makes a loud noise, almost like metal hitting metal. So I don't think that's right, you know, and then it stalls because of it. So it works, but it doesn't work. I think I might just get rid of all 4 of these for $100 to whoever wants it, you know. But I might mess with that red one a little with the check valve, and maybe I can get, maybe that one will work. But I'm not too sure. Once again, I'm wearing my Niagara Falls, Canada shirt in tribute to your Canada Day a day or 2 ago. And so happy Canada Day for my Canadian watchers. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. As you also know, I've got my new holographic stickers now. I've got 50 in stock. Well, Wayne Walaka bought 2 just on a hunch that it would be available. Well, so right now we've got the holographic stickers, we've got my regular sticker, and we've got my OG sticker. They're all for sale on my eBay store. If you'd like to search for it, Mowers Blowers sticker on eBay. Just go on eBay and type those letters in for the search. Or you can find a link to each of my stickers for sale in the description of each of my videos. So thank you very much for supporting that. If you guys would like to donate $1 or 2 and help the videos come in every day, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Every dollar counts to help me keep the videos coming every day. Thanks a lot for following me today. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.